Hey guys, welcome back. It's Constantino. If you're new here, welcome to my channel that is dedicated entirely to zero scripts, pressing the record button, not knowing what I'm going to say, and just being human, not trying to be someone, not needing to be someone. And so with that out of the way, this is video 22, I want to say. And man, today was pretty fucking busy. I feel like the New Year's resolution goals are like they're firing on all cylinders. And I can't quite remember if I talked about this in a prior video, but there's someone who I really admire, particularly because of the way he thinks. And I really like the way he thinks. And I want to think more like him. And I'm in one of his communities. And one of the things he said, like someone asked him, hey Nick, how do you make your goals for yourself? And he said, I myself have been in a community with my friends all since we graduated college, and many of them are very well esteemed. And one of the guys shifted the way he makes goals from outcome based into input based. And what that means is, instead of focusing on I want to make $10,000 this month through my freelancing agency or whatever, or I want to lose 20 pounds. It's you take those outputs, those outcomes that you want, and you decompose them into every little necessary step that gets you toward them. So, for me, without even going into the outcome-based goals, I decomposed my goals that I have for myself into all of the inputs that I could. And one of the outcome-based goals is just obviously continuing to excel in my career journey. And I'm self-employed now, and continuing to excel in those. Continuing to excel in that path. And the inputs, I took a different approach. It's not that I took a different approach. It's that I took a zoomed out approach. And one of the things I feel like was really effing me up was not having a ironed down schedule where I can really attack my workday. And so the two inputs that I selected out of all the inputs that I decomposed my outcome into, the first input is wake up at 7, out of bed by 7:15. And the second input is finish work, no more work after 7 p.m. And I think that second one is actually more important, because if I continue to work past 7 p.m., then everything that I want to do after, I have a very long night routine. I have there's some flashcards that I do. I practice piano. I record this video. I shower. I speak with my brother. I eat. This is multiple hours. This is 3 hours at least. And if I keep working past 7, then I just keep pushing my sleep time till later. And before you know it, I'm falling asleep at 1:30 in the morning. And then if I'm falling asleep at 1:30 in the morning, then I'm going to be waking up at 9:30. And that's bad. Anyone who wakes up early, or anyone who has experienced the joy and the productivity and the efficiency of waking up early, knows that waking up at 9:30 is a fucking terrible idea. So first, it was actually stop working by 7 so that I can just fucking get in bed earlier. And I guess the second one is wake up at 7, out of bed by 7:15. And I've been hitting those for all of my work days since the new year started, and it has been phenomenal. It has been truly phenomenal. I feel like a significantly more effective human in the things that I want to do, significantly more effective. I feel like I have more to squeeze out of the day. However, I wouldn't actually say I have more to squeeze out of the day. It's that I just feel like I feel more productive. Those morning hours are awesome. Having a set end time is very good. It packs the working day into those 12 hours, and it's like, this is it. Like it limits distractions. I've really enjoyed it. I feel like I have more purpose. I feel like I'm going through my day with more clarity. And then of course, that's such a macro input goal that I gave. And like, there's also like middle goals and micro goals. Like a middle goal is like, you know what? I don't even fucking remember. All I'm saying is the input goals that I chose are so high level and they're not hyper specific. Like, ooh, do, build a machine learning model, or like, I don't fucking know. That was what mine was last year. I just know that my micro goals tend to change pretty rapidly. Like my goals for New Year's have historically always changed significantly within 2 months. Like within 2 months, the goals that I made, I've already outgrown because they don't serve me anymore. My North Star, maybe not my North Star, but what I want to work toward it becomes different immediately. Like literally within 2 months. It's like those goals, I outgrow them. They don't serve me anymore. I'm not interested in them anymore. And beyond not being interested in them, I see that they don't fit the direction that I'm moving in. Because life changes month to month, for me at least. And by going macro enough with the sleep goal, it's like, okay, no matter how my micro goals change, I will still always be able to fucking do this macro goal. And there's undoubtedly no reason or no situation or no scenario in which waking up, getting out of bed by 7:15, finishing my daily duties by 7 is not going to be productive for me. It encapsulates any micro goal that I make this year. And if one of my micro goals is like sending 300 cold emails a day, that's completely orthogonal, whatever, independent of my macro goal. Like the macro goal just serves as a force multiplier, I think. And so it's been fantastic. It is truly, I've been loving it. So those are 2 of my goals. The third input goal that I have is my ass needs to be on the piano bench at 8 a.m. to practice for 30 minutes. And I said earlier that like I have to practice piano after this. And I do, and it's because I have a recital in less than a month, which is crazy. And I'm just doing morning and evening, 30 minutes, just to be extra prepared. But after this recital, I am not going to be playing piano in the evenings. Hopefully not. I will just be doing it in the morning. But it's ass in the chair, going to practice for 30 minutes. That's very macro. And micro is going to be like, but like my brother said something, maybe time isn't even like the best way to do it. Because like, I'm going to study for 30 minutes. That's pretty vague and that's pretty daunting. What about I am going to give my work to an AI, like give my studies to an AI, and have them generate for me 30 practice problems or 25 practice problems that should take 35, 40 minutes. I'm gonna do 25 practice problems a day. That, to me, is so much more tangible than I'm gonna study for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? I guess it's just a little bit difficult with piano. I guess really the input goal for piano is like, just sit your fucking ass down at 8 a.m. And from week to week, I will have direction on what to do. Like, I know right after this, I guess this doesn't have to do with the input goal per se, but because I'm in the week, I know the micro goal this week. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to play Elegy by Sergei Rachmaninoff. I believe Opus 3, number 1. But the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to play very heavy, very legato, connected at like a very slow, very low BPM. So very slow tempo, heavy fingers, legato, just, you know, connecting, no pedal. And I'm going to do each page twice, and there's 6 pages. So basically 12 pages. That is so much more tangible than I'm going to practice for 30 minutes. And guess what? The 12 pages are going to take me 30 minutes because that's the amount of time it's been taking. So I guess that is my second input goal, is ass down at 8 a.m. and have a micro goal to work on. And then last but not least, my fourth one is I want to make 183 videos this year for YouTube, just like this. And 183 is roughly 365 divided by 2. I want to do it. I want to fucking do it. I like it. I enjoy doing this. It's fun for me. And I know my tribe will find me. And I know I'll find my tribe. I guess the last thing I'll say about these input goals, which is why I think they're so brilliant, is if you focus solely on the outcome, the output, the outcome, like, oh, I want to get this great paying job, or, oh, I want to make X amount of money this year, oh, I want X amount of clients. If you focus on those outcomes, you will just fucking you will load yourself up with anxiety and paralysis. That's not tangible. You're just focusing on the outcome, which is like the worst thing you could do to move forward in your goals. It's like, no, what are the inputs? Okay, if I want a better paying job, it's like, okay, my goal now is every single day, rain or, what's the saying? Rain or shine, or rain or sun, I am going to send 30 job applications. That's 210 a week. I mean, that consistency will just, and as this is what Nick says, it's like, if there's a graph and you want to achieve this, like, or you want to get to this point, if you focus on input goals, you'll go like this, and you'll just blow past the output goal so much sooner just by focusing on inputs. Because if you focus on the inputs, they will inevitably lead you to the output that it's tied into, that it evaluates into. So that's when I learned about these input goals, I freaking loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I didn't want to, like, and plus inputs are 100% in your control. Outcomes are not, unfortunately. But like one of the goals that I wanted to make was like be asleep by 11 every night. That's actually not in my control. Not fully. Stopping work by 7 is. And that will invariably over time lead me to this goal of wanting to go to sleep earlier. Waking up earlier will invariably lead me to going to bed earlier. So I loved it. I think this weekend my girlfriend and I are going to make some for her because she's kind of been following my footsteps with waking up earlier. And she's always done a great job waking up early. It's not like I'm teaching her this. But I think that my willpower in doing it these last few days and continuing to do it has been like this external force hitting her system, kind of stirring the pot for her again and getting her back into her routine. Because both she and I had this compounding effect on each other where we were both going to bed later and later and later and waking up later and later and later. And I think that I'm influencing her in a good way. And I'm not like, please don't misunderstand. I'm not saying like, I don't mean that in a bad way. She influences me all the time positively. And that's, I think, one of the beautiful things about relationships, and what I think is so important about getting a quality partner, is you bring each other up. She's brought me up so many times, and I know I've brought her up so many times. Regardless, I don't think that's the point. I'm going with her to Colombia in February 1st, the day after my recital, and I'm so excited. Colombia is awesome, and she's Colombian. She was born here, and at a young age, she moved back to Colombia with her mom, who was born and raised in Colombia, actually. I guess my girlfriend was just raised in Colombia, born in Connecticut, raised in Colombia. I'm drinking my barley tea. You guys already know what this is. This is my cup, my mug. I'm so thirsty. What else should we talk about, guys? I don't know. Here, just a couple more minutes. I'm just gonna Google something for fun. I'm just gonna Google like interesting topics to discuss. I've never done this, but I'm just... Interesting topics range from lighthearted favorites, superpowers, dream vacations. I'm just going to stick with the first one I saw, superpowers. What would you guys want as a superpower? I think what I would want is teleportation. Or maybe to fly. And fly at very fast speeds. Because if you can fly only like 5 miles an hour, that would be so dumb. But if you can fly at like, 1,000 miles an hour. I mean, first of all, you get to fly, which is like every man's dream. And flying like 1,000 miles an hour is basically as good as teleportation. And wouldn't it be awesome to fly over the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean? Oh man, that would be crazy. I don't think I'd want to know other people's thoughts. I think 2025 was, one of the reasons 2025 was challenging was because I felt like it was the first time in my life where I had encountered like so many people who like acted explicitly in the fact that they didn't like me. I was stunned. I mean, I don't know. I so many times in 2025, I felt like, Jesus, no one, not no one, so many people that I'm meeting just hate me. Literally fucking hate me. And I've always been like that in my life where people have either loved me or hated me. Truly, I have always been completely polarizing. My friends love me. There are people who love me. There are people who really, really dislike me strongly. And I felt like I met disproportionately more of those people in 2025 than ever in my life. And I don't know, like that's been one of the biggest tensions is I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I don't think so. I think I've become more assured of who I am and what I want and and the type of people I will and will not tolerate in my life. And I think many people pick up on that, and they don't like it for one reason or another. That's what I think. And another part of me thinks that I'm like, something's just horribly wrong with me and I'm doing something wrong. Guys, I really don't know. But I know that I have really, really quality friends, like high quality friends. And if those people think I'm good, and if I'm happy with my life, and if I have a flourishing relationship with my girlfriend, with my family, and if a large proportion of the people who don't like me are people who I would say have extremely loose morals and ethics, then it makes me feel like, okay, maybe it's not me. But maybe sometimes it really is. I don't know. I really don't know. The jury is still out for if people dislike me because I'm just so different from them, or because I'm just fucking unlikable. Yeah. So I wouldn't want to know other people's thoughts. I think I'm okay. I think that's it, guys. I need to practice piano, but I enjoyed doing this as always. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And if you have any questions, just let me know. You can comment, whatever. Yeah, this is a space where just being authentic and vulnerable with who I really am matters more than polish. That's it. Have a wonderful evening, guys.